Louisiana has become the first state to require that the Ten Commandments be displayed in every public school classroom. After former President Donald Trump expressed support for the legislation, talk show host Jimmy Kimmel pointed out that Trump has either broken or seemingly encouraged others to break most of the Ten Commandments. Let's analyze Kimmel's comments.
Now, in the Trump era, everything is upside down. People are doing things just for attention. In fact, let's go over those 10 commandments. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt make no idols. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Honor thy father and mother. You know what? I'm going to give him that one. He has his mom's hairdo. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. And thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
According to the article published on okmagazine.com by Joshua Wilburn, on June 21, 2024, former President Donald Trump was ridiculed after he voiced his support for Louisiana's new legislation requiring that the Ten Commandments be displayed in schools. Trump took to his social media platform Truth Social to express his approval, stating, "I love the Ten Commandments in public schools, private schools, and many other places for that matter. How can we as a nation go wrong?" He further declared, "This may be in fact the first major step in the revival of religion, which is desperately needed in our country. Bring back TTC, MAGA 2024. Trump's comments were shared on X, formerly known as Twitter, where several of his loudest critics took shots at the ex-pres for supporting the new law.
Former President Donald Trump has embraced the legislation. The first-in-the-nation law was signed by Governor Jeff Landry. Trump wrote in a post, "I love the Ten Commandments in public schools, private schools, and many other places for that matter. Read it. How can we, as a nation, go wrong? The law is the latest skirmish in the culture war playing out in schools."
That same day, late-night show host Jimmy Kimmel pointed out that Trump has either broken or seemingly encouraged others to break most of the Ten Commandments. Kimmel brought up a comedic slideshow with pictures showing exactly how the former POTUS disrespected the biblical rules. "For thou shalt not have other gods before me, and thou shalt make no idols." Kimmel implied that Trump and his supporters think of him as some sort of godlike figure. He also suggested that Trump was taking the Lord's name in vain by selling Trump campaign Bibles. He shared a picture of Trump golfing to remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy when he got to the commandment about honoring parents. Kimmel quipped, "I'm gonna give him that one. He has his mom's hairdo."
Jeff Landry argues they also have historical significance as a huge influence on America's founding documents and our legal system. And Governor Landry signed the bill into law yesterday alongside several other education-related measures. The GOP drafted legislation mandates that a poster-sized display of the Ten Commandments in large, easily readable font be required in all public classrooms.
We're gonna go over some of the statements that Mr. Trump has made over the years. Then we're gonna go and look at some of his actions, and we're gonna see how it comes off against the 10 biblical commandments. According to the article published by BBC on November 26, 2015. Just to be clear, we do not condone such behavior. The headline of the article reads, "Donald Trump under fire for mocking disabled reporter." Then the article goes into the detail of the unfortunate event. Republican presidential contender Donald Trump has been criticized for mocking a disabled New York Times reporter. Mr. Trump performed an impression of Serge Kovaleski, who suffers from a congenital joint condition, at a rally. Referring to the 2001 article, External, at a South Carolina rally on Tuesday night, Mr. Trump called Kovaleski a nice reporter. "Now the poor guy, gotta see this guy," he continued, before launching into an apparent impression of Mr. Kovaleski, waving his arms around with his hands at an odd angle. I don't know what I said. I don't remember." He's going like, "I don't remember? Maybe that's what I said?" Mr. Kovaleski has arthrogryposis, a condition that affects the movement of joints and is noticeable in his right arm and hand.
Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. "Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember." That, quote, nice reporter is Serge Kovaleski, who suffers from a physical disability that limits the movement of his arms.
Mr. Trump, however, had denied the allegations of mocking the report. Trump insisted, "I didn't know what he looks like. I didn't know he was disabled." He has maintained that his physical effect in imitation of Kovaleski was because he was groveling. Grovel, grovel, grovel. That was the end of it. All of a sudden, I got reports that I was imitating a reporter who was handicapped. I would never do that. Now we're going to look at another incident which was less than pleasant. According to the article published on Vox.com by Libby Nelson on October 8, 2016. Just to be clear again, we do not condone such behavior. The headlines read, "Grab him by the pussy? How Trump talked about women in private is horrifying." The article then goes into further detail. The newly released secret video from 2005 captures it. Here's what Trump says about the norms of being a famous man. "They let you do it. You can do anything. Grab him by the..." The recording obtained and published by the Washington Post is from a day when Trump made an appearance on the soap opera Days of Our Lives. Trump is talking to Billy Bush of Access Hollywood, and the audio is caught on a hot mic. The recording starts partway through Trump telling a story about hitting an unidentified woman unsuccessfully. "I did try and f her," Trump said. "She was married. I moved on her very heavily. In fact, I took her out furniture shopping. I moved on her like a bitch. But I couldn't get there. She was married."
I gotta use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab him by the put. Grab him by the pussy. Grab him by the pussy. Grab him by the pussy.
Trump had later apologized for the comment. The Washington Post was the first to publish the Access Hollywood tape a month before the 2016 election. At the time, Trump provided a statement to the newspaper that dismissed the comments as locker room banter and a private conversation, adding, "I apologize if anyone was offended." He later issued a more full-throttled apology saying, "I said it, I was wrong, and I apologize." We have one more article and video that we'd like to share. The BBC article was published by Mattea Bobalo and Robin Levinson King on May 22, 2024. The article goes into detail about the alleged sexual encounter of the adult star Stormy Daniels with ex-President Donald Trump. According to Daniels' testimony, at first appearing nervous and speaking so quickly that she was asked to slow down, Ms. Daniels testified about her first encounter with Mr. Trump at a celebrity golf tournament in July 2006. He asked her to join him for a meal, she recounted, adding that she did not want to accept the invitation, but her publicist encouraged her to go. Mr. Trump's wife, Melania Trump, was not at the tournament and had just given birth. She then recalled arriving at Mr. Trump's suite for dinner at Lake Tahoe, a resort area between California and Nevada. She testified that he met her at the door wearing silk pajamas. Ms. Daniels recounted how she went into the bathroom, and when she came out, Mr. Trump was lying in bed wearing only boxer shorts and a t-shirt. They had sex with consent, she testified, but said the encounter left her disoriented.
She told the court today he'd opened the door wearing satin pajamas. She said they'd been joking around, that she'd spanked him on the butt with a magazine. But then she described an intimidating power dynamic. She says when she returned from the bathroom to find him in his underwear, she thought to herself, "Oh my God, what did I misread to get here?" She said she blacked out after Trump prevented her from leaving the room, though she says she'd consumed no drugs or alcohol. She told the court when she woke up with her clothes off, she realized she was having sex. She said, "I was staring at the ceiling and didn't know how I got there."
Trump was prosecuted in New York for falsifying his business record to hide any one of the three crimes: Cohen's illegal campaign contribution, tax law violations, and Trump's own participation in the alleged conspiracy to influence the 2016 presidential election through unlawful means. In the first criminal trial of a former U.S. president, A jury found him guilty on all 34 counts he was charged with, making him the first former US president to become a convicted felon. Trump, however, had denied the allegations and he claimed he was innocent.